All right, let's fucking do this. Take 3. This is the best fucking run I've ever done in my life. Just kidding. This is close to my PB and easily one of the best runs ever done by anybody in this game. We're retiming it right now because it was a race that I did with Laura and I didn't start my timer at the right time. So this time I really made sure to start it at the right, boom, there it starts at the right time. It's still like off by, it looks like about half a second or a second, but it's not a big deal. Point being is that this run is sick, and we're going to take a moment and talk a little bit about it. Yeah, say hi, YouTube. This is take 3 of me fucking getting it right. So anyways, first level we're coming into Stonehill right here. The first part of this game is really not too rough. The key thing, if you're not familiar with this category, is that you have to get through the balloonists, which have different requirements in order to pass through them. With the main one being the one at the very end that requires 6,000 gems. So a lot of the routing of this category comes down to how well we're picking up gems and how well we're accounting for gems. You'll very easily, in trying to go fast, you'll very easily miss a lot of gems. So that's a lot of what the general routing for this game comes down to. But yeah, besides that, you just gotta go fast, man. This run has a lot of wacky tricks in it. It's not as trick heavy as like Vortex % is, but it's also not as like baseline execution as 120% is. It's somewhere in between those two runs in that realm somewhere. So for example, the first kind of funky trick or slash jump you'll see here is like right at this spot right here. You can actually do an optimization right on that box to where you don't have to roll. But that saves like a quarter of a second. I got that little jump up to the upper ledge right there, which means I am a fucking gamer and a god. So yeah, that is just like one of many like little tiny jumps that if you fuck them up, there's a lot of like 6 to 10, 15-second time losses from like little tricks like that in this run. So it could definitely be a more frustrating run to I would say to play up against, especially at a high level, especially if you find yourself missing just like 1 or 2 tricks. It's easily the type of thing that it's like, oh, I missed this one jump, and so now it's like my run's dead, you know? So that's kind of why I generally will prefer 120% for myself, because I feel like that's more of a real like execution test than it is like a nail these few tricks and then just don't fuck up anything else test. That's really what any percent is to me. It's like nail these few tricks, don't miss too many gems, and you're good. Like, that's pretty much the whole run. Another thing I want to point out is that we got another cool-ass jump coming up here. This one is, I saw from Farnia playing Vortex, that little jump up to the second step. It does sacrifice a red gem, but it's a sacrifice I'm worth taking. It's worth taking. There's another one right here. Another one of those same jumps to get up there. What we do in order to get those like kind of funky jumps up the side of the ledges there is we do a full hop, but then we also press up against the ledge while we're charging. And it's kind of like a Tony Hawk 50-50 grind to get up there. That's like the technical name for it. We do a Tony Hawk kiss the rail, kiss your mama's ass, you know, type of thing. So that's kind of what helps get the little extra height, is grinding up against the rail, just like I grinded up against your girlfriend. But yeah, any percent is definitely at a high level. This run is pretty frustrating, especially considering the strats I'm going to be doing at the very end of the game. I'm the only person right now who's going for Rat Proxy in this run, and Rat Proxy is a trick where it can save you a shit ton of time. I'm missing all these splits, don't worry about it. Oh, by the way, check this out. Mash triangle, glide out, charge jump off, and then boom, full hop, you get that, and then you slide or you roll, and you do that whole thing. That whole sequence is insane. Because normally what people do is they'll mash triangle, and then they'll fully wait for the triangle animation to hit the ground, and then they'll turn, right? But in my case, I'm like big dick gamer over here. I'm like triangle, cancel that shit with a glide, then charge out of it, then full hop, then charge glide while turning into the wall at a less optimal angle. And so you have to get an even tighter wall glide there. And then it's just a lot of stuff kind of confounding on itself with that. So that was about a 337 artisans. Not bad. 336, 337. That's like what you want. That's what you want. Very normal pace artisans at this point. But yeah, we're getting into Peacekeepers, and this is like the real gatekeeping homeworld right here that makes the category like really fucking annoying to run over and over. Is there's 3 big tricks in this homeworld, and that is the Dry Canyon jump, it's Mama Proxy, and then there's the Cliff jump, which is optional. You could do an easier strat that barely is like a little slower, like by a second. But I do all 3 of those strats, and let's see if we get them. Am I deleting my numbers? No, I'm just skipping the splits. What I'm supposed to do is hit like the spacebar button right there to like activate a split whenever I finish a level. But if I don't hit the split button at the right time, I just skip it, like what I did in there with the last few splits. Or does he? I just did this run like minutes ago, and I don't even remember if I got all 3 out of 3. I feel like I did. We'll see. This bird is a pain in the ass. Sometimes that bird won't come, even though like he's supposed to come down. Even if you're like looking at him with the camera, that bird just is a bitch sometimes. It just is like, no, I'm just gonna stay on my perch and make this whole sequence difficult and body block you, and the big guy's gonna fucking hit you, and you're gonna love it. And so you got to embrace the bullshit sometimes. And that's kind of how this game is, especially with these birds. Some enemies in this game is like you kind of have to embrace their bullshit a little bit. Look at this jump right here. Ooh, squeezing it out, jumping way the fuck out there. I found the key with that, the dry canyon jump right there, is you don't want to be bearing too far to the right, because you would think like just getting into that jump, you would think that you want to bear hard right because that's the furthest out that the ledge extends before you jump. But really, you want to bear further left so you don't get pushed back by the little wall block that's right there. And then kind of cut it back to the left as well. Clifftown. All right. Here we got Mama Proxy coming up. There's another... oh, forgot to split again. Here's another fucking crazy route here. Usually just the chat gets to watch, but now the chat gets to finally watch. Yeah, we get to watch together, right? This is awesome. By the way, just to be clear, I'm not playing right now. I'm commentating off a run I just did, so... yeah. But yeah, normally it would look like this, but I'm like all in focus mode, right? Okay, here's the Mama Proxy. Nice, Felix. Good position, nice. And sometimes Spyro won't all the way fall down in there. That's like, it's a fucking annoying trick. For sure. Oh, this bird. This bird's a bit... I was like, dude, fuck him. He just pushed me. He was like, just like what I was saying about the birds earlier. Sometimes they're just like, fuck you. Yeah, GG reset for that fucking bird, basically. So annoying. Yeah, I'm using my brain to play this game, exactly. That's a little wide. Turn that. Whoa. Oh, I fucked up that little jump right there as well. So that's like fucking so annoying. I remember I was like talking to someone in the chat. I was like, you fucked me up. I just take out all my frustration on you guys. Thank you for taking my CBT. But yeah, that's annoying to miss that jump up to the upper level here. You gotta wait for the Mama there. It's nice when you can get the extra blues there, but this is like one of those spots where it's really easy to miss like a couple blues or miss a yellow. Because I got the Mama Proxy route, I go left, hit this dragon first. If you don't get the Mama Proxy route, you have to fly across the ravine and collect some extra gems and the dragon that way. And that's definitely an objective time loss right there. So Mama Proxy route, definitely worth it if you can get it. Alrighty. Moving on to Dr. Shemp here. Oh, these guys right outside here in the... Dude, I keep forgetting to split. I'm an idiot. These guys out here, it looks like they cooperate with me. I wasn't paying attention, but those guys are really annoying. They could be in a number of different configurations when you exit that level. There are a few like kind of consistent strats you could do. You could hold left exiting that level to get a free green gem, but it's not as optimal of a line. So there's like a give and take to every little strategy, every little micro optimization like that. Like this game is just... Oh, dude, fuck that box. That box had a fucking yellow in it. And dude, it's like every time I think it's like, oh, free, I got this. Let me optimize it. Over-optimizing, dude. Over-optimizing. That's the name of this game, really. Is just like trying to be like optimal and quick, but not trying to be so optimal and quick that you're like missing shit like that, right? Because that's, you know, obviously that's bad. Obviously that's fucking bad. Run around that, like walk around and then roll into the dragon. Usually I opt to roll into dragons where I'm like have to go around the side of them, for example, in order to trigger their cutscene earlier, right? So what I'll do is I'll walk around and roll into it rather than like charge around and jump, because the jump gets cut off by the dragon cutscene, whereas the roll animation continues while the dragon's being touched. So you can get some extra movement from that. Just it's a little more consistent, a little safer. But like for this dragon, you didn't need to roll. He's just like right there. Dude, I keep missing. Am I gonna get a single split? That's the real question. Dude, you're sexy too, Cryptics. But yeah, man, I mean, this run kind of came under some really interesting circumstances, because this is the first time I've done a race with someone in like, God, I don't know, fucking months. I haven't raced anyone in this game since 120%. This is like the first any percent race I did in a hot minute. And shout outs to Laura. I think Laura got like maybe a new PB or close to her PB, so... It's cool that we both just happened to get fucking sick-ass runs on our race, so I was hyped about that, so... But yeah, it was kind of interesting because like I said, I started my timer like 2 minutes and 10 seconds late or something like that, 2 minutes 20. So part of this VOD right now that you're watching is that like, hopefully I'm close to record. Like, I don't know what the final time is. People in the chat were telling me it's like a 38:40, but we'll have to see what it looks like. We'll have to see. That's not even a spoiler because I don't even know. I literally don't know because I started my timer late when I did this run. That's why we're doing this. I just want to see what the final time is, like, for Christ's sake. That turn right there in Night Flight is a bitch. I talk about that a lot in my Night Flight tutorial. You have to really come wide at it. Like, give yourself a lot of room to turn before going for that. If you just cut right in really hard, it's kind of tough. You didn't record it? That's funny. That's funny. Why the hostility to YouTube? I don't feel like I'm being hostile. Fuck you. Because I'm so mad I didn't... Yeah, that's funny that you didn't record the run. It's like... just the way she goes. Split. Come wide. It's not funny? Dude, you'll get a new one. Right? Yeah, whatever. I never do a run of this game without recording it. Without streaming it or whatever. I tried doing locally recorded runs for a while, and it's just not my thing. It's weird. I mean, like, I thought I was a true speedrunner, and I definitely can locally record some attempts, but once I start resetting and stuff, and I'm just by myself, and I'm not, like, doing it, like, I would locally record, like, a no reset. Like, that's what I would do, you know? If I were to, not stream runs. But for as long as I've been speedrunning Spyro, I've been pretty much streaming all my attempts. And locally recording them as well, so... It would feel weird to me not to record a run. You think this is world? It could be world record. I don't think it's world record personally. I just have a feeling it's like just a bit off. I think it's like 10 seconds off. That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's around 10 seconds off record, but we'll see. You wouldn't locally record unless you were top 10 level? Damn. No, even when I was really bad at this game, I'd still record all my runs because, dude, think about it, because once you are top 10 level, think about this. You're going to want to go back and watch your old runs. Like, I know I do. I love, like, going back through and looking at my old runs. I have a video actually on this YouTube channel. Well, you guys can watch it on Twitch, but on my YouTube, I have a video of me commentating my first ever recorded speedrun of this game, which wasn't my first ever run. I wish I'd have been recording since before that. So the earlier, if you're interested in speedrunning, I think the earlier you start recording your runs, the better. Even if it's just with a shitty camcorder or you don't have a capture card or whatever. Just put a camera up to it. Boom, boom, boom. All right, there we go. I hit that split. So I'm basically like 10 seconds ahead right now. Low 1240s. Exiting this homeworld. That's basically what I want. That's what you want for, in my case. I've seen other players like Alex Des get into like the low 1230s. That's definitely possible coming out of Peacekeepers, but I think 1240s, you're definitely on a really good. That's definitely 37 pace, I would say, like this run. I don't know the time for this run, Be Sour. Like I said earlier, I failed to start my timer when I did this race. This run was done during a race with Laura like an hour ago. So I failed to start my timer. So rather than resetting, I just kept playing with like a late timer. So we're kind of retiming it right now. And so we're experiencing this together, guys. I don't know if this is world record. This could be world record. We're gonna find out. We'll find out. What's my current 90% PB? It's 38:33, and world record is 38:31. And you know, to tell you the truth, I'll be happy if this run is even in the 38:40s. That's still fucking insane. How was the rat? The rat was not first try. I definitely spent about like 10 to 20 seconds on it. I think the rat is what cost me the record, to be honest. But it was still, with that said, a 10 to 20 second rat is still a really fucking good rat. So, could be. Alex Dest has been playing this category for a long time, yeah. He knows, he's really well versed on this category. Much more so than I am. You guys got to keep in mind, I've been only playing this category for like 2 months, 3 months maybe. A dude like Alex has been running this category for years and years. So there's just a difference in terms of experience and, like, you know, consideration of different routes and whatnot. Even if, like, my end time is better than his, it's like the experience factor is very important, I think. There's a lot of wisdom from someone like Alex that is useful to me. Yeah, bless Alex Des, exactly. Man, I should have grabbed another piece of pizza, dude. I'm a little hungry. Might go sneak one real quick while we get into it. Oh, this little thief skip. I almost got that thief skip right there. I'm gonna run grab a piece of pizza. BRB. Nice. See that fucking thief skip right there? Barely fucking got it. That's what I was trying to do in Alpine, dude. That fucking thief skip. Nipples, baby. Yeah, split, right? I think I missed one of these guys. Let's take a look. Yeah, I missed that guy. I didn't even turn in towards him. That's funny. I always go around that tornado right there. That tornado is kind of a bitch. You can go on the inside, like on the left side of that tornado that's coming towards you. But you have to be in the right position so that it doesn't catch you anyways. And it's for me, it's just so inconsistent. I'd rather just go around the right side, take the half-second hit. How many 38s have I gotten? I've gotten about... This is my third one, I think. Third or fourth one. Yeah, I'm like Badaboon. I'm eating pizza. Eating pizza with one hand, got my Coca-Cola in the other. Splicing together task footage and shit. I was a level ahead of you here. Interesting. Yeah, that's funny to think. You were able to watch my stream while you were playing, so you were able to have like a good gauge of like where I was at. Unless you're just comparing by the time alone. This was annoying. Look at this. This might have cost me world record right here. Those two turns, probably maybe like 5, 6 seconds. That's pretty trash. I missed a bunch of gems there as well. Or I missed a few gems. Yeah, I missed a yellow and a blue there, I believe. But yeah, that was frustrating, but still this is a time save over my PB. So I'm going to be ready for the split button this time. I like grabbing that one blue out of the air right there before charging them through. All right, I'm ready for the split. Let's do it. Yeah, minus 15. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, you can only hear it. Nice. Eating an entire pizza mouth only. Has Saboom done that mid-run? Yeah, today's runs are definitely insane for sure. Yeah, Cranium, that's a great question. I'll talk about that more when we get there, but with wind tunnels, we call them, or whirlwinds, I guess you could call them. With those sorts of things, you have to jump into them and preserve your upward momentum as you're entering them, so that way you don't get this little thing where Spyro kind of like stalls in the air before getting pulled up. The momentum, the upward momentum you have as you enter those is important. The angle that you enter them from is not as important. It's what I'm trying to do is maintain upward momentum. So with those, with the wind tunnels and Jock, by the way, check out this supercharge, super sick. I'll talk more about the Jock ones when we get to them. But yeah, look at this. Move out to the right. Those two metal boxes are crucial too because it's like they both have blues. You have to know which ones have blues there. That really helps you out with the gem count in this level. Laura has a cool strat where she goes left to right, but I still do the Wally strat here, so it's a cleaner gem pickup, and you still get to do the thief skip with getting all the gems. So I like that. That wizard right there, that second wizard that I killed, such a bitch. He can just ignore you. It's stupid. Yeah, I hit the split button myself. There's no auto splitter for this particular game. I'm definitely considering getting like a foot pedal splitter. That's something I've been meaning to invest in that I've just been lazy. Lucas. Yeah, so good flame charges there at the end. Not bad. All right, so we got Boldar skip coming up here. We always do a channel point prediction about whether I'll get Boldar skip or not. It's a funky trick for sure. This wizard, by the way, a lot of these wizards here have really fucked up hitboxes, so sometimes you'll charge right through them and they just won't even die. All right, right here, go through the portal, get the... Okay, I went through the portal, got the camera stuck on the side of the portal, and the level doesn't load until the camera touches the portal, not Spyro. So, when you touch the portal, you, and the camera's stuck on the side, it takes a moment for the level to, like, load in. So, Spyro's, like, continually jumping through the portal, and so we touch the dragon through that side by doing that. So, we like to do that as a channel point reward prediction, channel point prediction. Every time there. By the way, that little strat where you turn around at the start, super clutch. It makes this level way easier. This level's actually pretty fucking hard if you don't do that strat. Trying to catch all the planes and stuff. I would say this is one of the harder levels to do casually. Flight levels, that is. But like, just think about it. If you left like most of those planes, you'd have to do so much cleanup right now. And same thing as if you got them at the beginning, like, but didn't do the turnaround strat. It's just a nightmare. I crash into the bottom of that pylon at the end, so that way it skips an animation where Spyro flies up into the air. It saves about 4 seconds per level, per flight level that I do that on. And as you can see by the dragon pedestal there is no dragon to be collected, which means I touched him through the portal. Very cool dragon skip, the only one of its kind in this game. I missed the druid there. I meant to flame charge him, so at this point I'm having the chat spam druid fuck at the end of this level. I'm like, guys, spam, like, literally, if it weren't for all of you amazing people in this fucking Twitch stream, like, I would probably not remember half the shit I need to remember during runs like that. There's always little stuff like that to remember, and you guys are super clutch, so I love you. Spam druid fuck. Spam it. Come on. Don't let past me forget. Pretty solid pace here. As long as you do good in this first half of the level, you'll catch this cycle. Call that fast cycle. There is, you can get a super fast cycle if you're like task level good. You can also, if you get fast cycle, you can also hit the second platform early. But again, that's like task level execution. You have to be insanely precise to hit that sort of stuff. Even playing like moderately good is still like, it's still kind of hard to get fast cycle here. Go around the side, charge into firework chests so that way you don't have to wait for them to sizzle and explode. I invented that double spring chest strat right there. You kind of have to poke Spyro's nose into the right and then curve it to the left as you flame. And we roll into that. Make sure all the gems collected, which it did, 397. I only missed a green and a red in that level, which is ideal. Druid fuck. There he is. Shouts to all the druid fuckers out there. Oh, split. Yeah, let me split here. There it is. Okay, so we're minus 19 coming out of Magic Crafters. That's not... This is a really good run. So far, this is a really fucking good run. Let's see how things... Let's see if things take a turn for the worse or not. You went into Bog with Green Spark 0 lives. You had a good Guanton. That's awesome, Laura. Proud of you. It's really cool to see different players like sharing like their like whole like journey and stuff. You know? Like on Discord or messaging or whatnot. Not so many speedrunners are so social about their journey, you know? Like for me, I talk to you guys a lot about like my journey through this game on stream, but not a lot of people are so openly candid about stuff like that. So I'm glad that you guys get to like experience this journey of like, maybe this is a world record, like who knows, like with me, you know? It's like a whole, it's intense. Speedrunning is very intense, I will say. That run, when I got that rat proxy, my heart was beating out of my goddamn asshole. That shit was like a mad adrenaline surge. And think about that, man. Like, I've been playing this game for like over 10,000 hours, probably. And I'm still having like high intensity moments of like, you know, it's never a dull moment, you know? Sometimes it's a dull moment, but during this run, it was not a dull moment. That's just prolapse. Bro, we call that sprolapse in the community. A medical term. Yeah, after that rat proxy, I got very nervous. Straight up. Do my splits count my attempts? No, you can have splits that do that, but mine don't. Little miss one of those jumps. This wind tunnel is fucking stupid. The wind tunnel there, it doesn't actually grab you from the ground. You have to jump into it. But it can grab you from the ground. It's like depending on like what angle you approach it from, it like has different like sort of properties. Luckily the hog didn't fuck with me too much there. That was nice. Oh man, that pizza was so good, dude. I got a fucking deep dish cheese pan pizza from Domino's with garlic on it. Dude, the garlic, dude. If you guys can order like garlic on your next pizza, please do it for me. It's like it's a clutch move. Cheese pizza with garlic. That's the fucking move. Cheers. Alright, so far good frogs. Let's see how these other frogs deal with me here. Oh, look, this one. I remember being pissed about that frog because it looked like, you see how the frog was like bouncing around? What he'll do if you don't like get that close to him is he'll jump over like to his next spot. But he was just waiting. He was being a little pussy. I should have just flame charged him right then and there. And again, I was very, at this point, I was like really trying not to miss gems, which was a good call. I was already kind of, I'm starting to get kind of down on my gem count at this point. GG, Michael. Half a roasted garlic head. Dude, yeah, Fran. I'm the same way Fran Corey is. I just fucking eat garlic like a madman. It's so good. I was talking earlier today about how much I love pickled garlic. We have like olives with whole garlic cloves in them. They're so good. Yeah, I missed that blue right there. I missed about two. I think I missed 2 blues in that section right there, which is normal. As long as you're getting all the other gems in this level, that still evens out to an even gem count. So, like, for example, on my splits right down here, you'll see all these numbers to the side. Those reflect the gem counts that I'm supposed to have at the end of each level or entering the first level of each homeworld, respectively. So, yeah. So, like, at the end of Misty Bog, I should have around 427 gems. But since I'm under gemmed at this point, like, since I'm at less gems than I want right now, then because of that, like, I'm kind of concerned. Like, I'm like, I want more than 427 here, you know, because I want to recover, right? Yeah, the roll. That roll is clutch. Because you kind of have to in order to keep the flame timing up. That's basically the idea there. And yeah, it's not something... With any of the rolls in this game, the L1, R1 rolls... Let's check out this wonton. Hold up. Okay, not great. Okay, but that was a good recovery. That was a good recovery. Good presence and awareness there. With the roll strats in this game, none of them are like particularly necessary per se. I'm gonna be ready to split here. None of them are necessary, but they're all of them are useful in one way or another. You know, they help just make things like that are otherwise annoying like more consistent. And they'll save you some time if you use them correctly. And that's like one example of like something that just makes your life easier, like rolling when you're flaming fan chests to like readjust your exit angle. I do that a lot in Alpine Ridge and in some other levels as well. What's up, Blue Candy? Hey, what's up, F-Man? Thanks for the prime, dude. Appreciate you. Is there no optimal gem strat? Yeah, so there's a gem route through this game. Basically every route of this category is intended to optimize your gems per second, right? So like, as I'm going through this, I'm really only trying to grab the gems that like I need without going too far out of my way. Sometimes I will go a little bit out of my way for gems, but for the most part, I'm trying to get from point A to point B, but also get enough gems to where I'm not going to be under gemmed by the time I exit Dreamweavers. Because in order to exit Dreamweavers, I need to have 6,000 gems. And if I'm going super fast like this and I'm missing gems, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'll have to like recover in certain spots. But yeah, the actual route of this game definitely takes gems into account, but each run will vary in terms of how many gems you end up collecting, and you'll have to recover in different ways. Yeah, it's Rotis time. Shouts to the chicken down here. We named him Rotis. We have an emotional connection with him. He's named after a rotisserie. Look at that boy. Look at that boy. Look at that boy. Look at that little stinky pink. Stanky pank. That's why you got punished. Yeah, you didn't say hi to Rotis. Dude, if you don't say hi to Rotis, it's bad luck, dude. Straight up. Oh, yeah. So there's a red thief that, in this section that for some reason didn't end up, like, I didn't end up catching him at the end of the level. I was kind of interested to see like what he was doing in that beginning part. I wasn't paying close attention. I was focused more on Rotis, but yeah, there should be a red thief at the top of this section that I bounce up to here. Do a little wall bump to get up there. We call that stone knot. But there's supposed to be a red thief here, and he didn't show up this time, which is really bad because you see, I'm like looking around with the camera. I'm like, where the fuck is this guy? So I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck? That red thief has a pink gem, which is worth 25, which is, you need to get those, you know. Yeah, I was definitely bumming about that because I was recovering my gem count at this point, but now I'm back to a shitty gem count basically because of that. And that's just out of my control basically. There's nothing I can do about that. You gotta go to work? Dude, have a good day at work, man. I just realized my stream alerts are off. So I tried to go for an out of bounds right there. But I unfortunately missed it. But that's okay, actually, because if you miss the out of bounds in this level, you have an opportunity to grab a couple extra blue gems. Even those reds that were behind me there, you could grab them. I personally feel they're not worth it. But right here, this blue gem from this guy, boom. And then these gems as well. These are nice recovery gems here. This level has a lot of good recovery gems in it. You just gotta, like, again, you really gotta be balancing in your head how exactly far behind you are and how many gems you need. And a lot of times it kind of just comes down to, in my case, I'm not very mathematically inclined. I'm not crunching the numbers in my head super hard. I'm just like, it feels like I need to get this, or it feels like I can skip this. It's that type of thing. You gotta remember, on a speedrun, you are like trying to game and jump and charge and flame. It's like you don't have time to think like, well, if I get 10 gems here, then I'll be at exactly 438 exiting the level, which will put me back at over blah, blah, blah. You know, I can't think about that stuff. Like, at least me personally, that's not my personality type to be so absorbed with that sort of stuff. So I really rely on people from the chat room to like really keep me up to date with like, hey, you're exactly this many gems behind, because I'm just not able to crunch those numbers that easily. Yeah, math, I mean, quick math is not my personality type, for sure. I mean, I'm sorry if that seems like stupid or whatever, but it's just how I am. I prefer to just like focus on my execution, and that's like a bad personality trait in me. I'll fully admit that, you know. That's something I need to work on as a person, but I'm just being honest about like where I am right now. It's part of the reason why I tend to prefer 120% over this category. Why are gem counts based off my route? Are they the same for... I mean, everybody has to get... No matter who you are, you have to have 6,000 gems exiting Dreamweavers, the next homeworld. So, whatever route you take, you need to have 6,000 gems exiting that level. Now, you'll notice that I am missing... Like, see how I missed that blue gem? That affects that, right? So, that's what I'm talking about taking account of your gems, you know? And, like, being, like, kind of mathematic... Look at this fucking jump. Being like mathematically like keeping up, like, all right, how many gems am I behind? How many gems am I ahead? Can I get extras here? Would it be too much of a waste of time to get these extras? Am I going to get too many extras by doing this recovery? Am I going to get not enough by doing that recovery? It's that type of thing. Get ready to split. Oh, I missed it. Oh, the gem count and the splits. The gem count and the splits. See, I have to grab these extras here. Like normally I wouldn't have to get these gems. The gem count and the splits refers to the gem count at the end of each level, respectively, and the end of... For the homeworlds, they refer to the total gem count entering the first level of that next homeworld. Alright, get this guy. You can do a flop off that second guy. We call it the Flora flop. It's fucking lit. And yeah, nice. Icy flight. So at this point, I'm pretty sure in my mind that I'm like on world record pace. Keep in mind, my timer is not working at this point. My timer is like super behind. I don't know where I'm at in the run. So like right now we know I'm around like 16, 17 seconds ahead, but I didn't know that at the time. I was like, I'm like, I know that I was ahead, but I didn't know by how much. So during this level, I'm just like, all right, keep it together, play it safe. With these flying levels, it's really important, especially on full game runs, that you're not trying to stretch your flames or your movement in general too hard, because you're going to miss stuff really easily. And especially in like high pressure clutch situations like this, you really want to just be very solid with your movement and not like try to over optimize things here. See, I went for like an easy strat here. Really making sure I'm getting close to these guys before I flame them. That's huge. Especially in like a nerves kind of situation like this. Yeah, I was in a race, so I just missed starting the timer at the beginning. Yeah, I think that said like -8 right there. I like that little extra charging jump. I like that. So I was about -8 exiting that icy flight. And this jock is going to lose about that much time, to be honest with you. I just spoiler alert, because my gem count, I'm like at around like 562 something. And so I have to grab some extras here. I should have grabbed that third guy that's right there because he has a yellow. But I decided to play it a little ballsy and just grab these extra, like as many of these extras as I can. But look what happens here. I missed that box, and because I needed that blue, I needed that, right? So I had to turn around for it. So this is the sort of like risk and reward kind of game you're playing with your gems at any percent. The meta game of any percent. Especially in this level. This level is where you really, like, this is your final moment before exiting Dreamweavers, and this is where you have your chance to either collect extra gems or skip some, you know, and get a really quick time. And on these particular splits, I actually ended up getting a really quick jock. The splits I'm running against. But on this run, as you can see, I had to turn around a little bit and grab a couple extras, and so that ends up costing me time. So we'll see what this split ends up looking like. Now right here, you can see these wind tunnels right here. Jump to the right and then jump into that. That preserves upward momentum. If I'd have just jumped into the center of it, then it would have caught me before I could do that second jump. So like, yeah, I'm around 2-3 seconds ahead right now. Definitely world recordable, but the thing is I don't know if my rat was fast enough. We'll find out. Oh, also, I'm like even now because I had to grab some extra gems there. Again, was playing it too ballsy in that level. Jumped over that shit for no reason. There we go. Basically dead even with my PB at this point. If I get a first try... So I can already tell you right now, this is probably not world record, because if I would need a first try rat, essentially, like, to get world record here. And my rat, spoiler alert, was not first try, but let's take a look at how quick it actually was. Remember, if I get this trick within like 40 seconds, it's still faster than the next best strat. I really wanted that one, but okay, GG's. Let's see what happens next. At this point, I'm kind of cooling down. I'm like, all right, you know, it's a good run, you know, yada yada. Oh, okay, hold on, give him a second. He's taking a moment, as you can see. Yeah, definitely not world record. Here we go, and there it is. Beautiful rat proxy. I get squeezed between the rat and the corner, which is what launches me up. Super fucking cool strat. Super fucking cool strat. I'm very satisfied. Now, at this point, I am shitting my pants because I have no idea. I was like, is this it? Is this the fucking run? Is this world record? No, it's not. And I had a feeling about that. I was like, you know, that rat did take a minute, and I did have kind of an awkward end game there as a result of my gem count. So it makes sense. It really makes sense the way this run ended up panning out. You really have to have your ducks in a row with this fucking run. You have to have the gems right. You have to not fuck up any, like most of the major... You can fuck up a major trick or two, but, you know, you have to have the gems right, and you need, like, a solid rat, you know? That's just what you need. And this particular run, it had, like, decent both of those, but not quite, like... You know, you guys could see, it wasn't quite, like, at that, like, optimal execution level that you need. But still a great run. Exactly, Benji. Exactly. So at this point, world record is passed. Moving through. I'm like shitting my pants right here. Again, I don't know if this is record or not, right? And boom. 38:40. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I think that's actually a 38:41 because my timer started a little late. Not bad. 38:41 basically. Very good. Very good. Yes, a great fucking run. To be within 10 seconds of world record is fucking lit. And runs like this, they don't come very often. That trick at the end, rat proxy, is a fucking bitch. It's very inconsistent. I was fully prepared to be doing that trick for the next like 10-20 minutes. And I've had many dozens of runs die to that, so I'm really thankful that I was able to actually put this run down, even though it wasn't world record, even though it wasn't like the end time I want. It's still a really fucking amazing run, and hopefully this commentary kind of gave you guys some insight into what's going on with my head, especially with the gem counts, especially with the execution factor, and especially with how that recovery ends up panning out at the end if things aren't perfectly going right. So it's a very nuanced, I would say it's a very nuanced and refined kind of run, where like what you're doing in the early game has implications later. You know, there's that whole element to it. So it's a pretty cool run in that respect, but for me it's very stressful, especially keeping up with the numbers. Again, just going back to my personality type, I would rather personally be like doing a category like 120%, where I just grab everything that's in front of me as optimally as possible, and that's it, right? But with a category like this, you can't really look at it that way. You have to look at it in a more like the entire game and like what you did back there, how is that affecting you now? It's really a thinking man's category, I would say. You got to really be like numerically inclined to play this category at a high level, especially if you don't have people in the chat room like saying like, all right, you're minus 60 gems or whatever. Like, I rely on that. Not being numerically inclined like that, I rely on that big time. So I'm really lucky and thankful to everyone in the stream right here in the chat. Hi YouTube to everyone in the chat. Really thankful to all you guys for being supportive and for helping me out with all this stuff. I really am. I'm not going to be able to get this world record without you guys, and I certainly can't get times like this without you guys. So I love you guys so much. That's going to bring a close to this commentary, guys. We got more fucking amazing videos coming on the YouTube soon. So stay subbed, stay beautiful, leave a like, please. I mean, I don't know if that even helps me at all on YouTube. I don't care. I'm not even trying to make money from the damn website. I'll put like fucking Evanescence and they'll fucking copyright strike me. But either way, I fucking love you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully this run was a nice little comfy jaunt for you guys. So to that, I say cheers, and don't stop chugging. Cheers. Spilled some water.